What's up, everybody? Woo! How you guys doing tonight? Awesome? On this Indigenous Columbus Day? Is that an oxymoron? Can you be an indigenous and be for Columbus? Can you do both? We'll try tonight. Not. My name is Ron Emile. I'm going to be your host tonight. So thank you guys for coming out on this Monday night. What you're going to see is a whole bunch of students that are usually, some of them, not all of them, but usually are here for the first time doing stand-up. So give it up for them. So come out here, enjoy yourself, laugh, tip your bartender, and we're going to have a really good time tonight. How many first-generation Americans do we have here? Any immigrants in here? Any first-generation? Where at? Heard somebody. I thought I heard like a woodpecker or something. Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from China.
China?
Yes.
Big up China. Yes. I'm a first-generation American. I'm Haitian and Dominican. And when Trump said that shit about Haitians eating cats and dogs, all my ex-girlfriends text me like, I know he lying. Yeah, it's all right. And you know, I had to explain that to my child because I have a mixed child now. I have a child that's a mix with, he's half Haitian and half Atlanta. So he puts like lemon pepper sprinkles on his plantains. It's really delicious. Don't knock it till you try it. Don't knock it till you try it. All right. So without further ado, we have a lot of comedians to get through tonight, and we have some special guests for you here too. Let's get the show started off with somebody that's very, very funny, very talented. I'm very excited for you guys to see her tonight. She's actually my ex-wife, so this is really like, yeah, this is crazy. So this is a family affair. I want you to give it up for Kick, everybody! Love you, baby.
Thank you, Tom. He just taught me how to say, eat my pussy in Haitian Creole. I'm not kidding. Mange coco mien. You know, the really great thing, I have to take my glasses off because I can't see you and it's shiny. The great thing about becoming my age is that I have this wonderful little, I call her Carmen, my little vagina that I can play with, and no one ever knows that I'm doing it, right? And it's fantastic when you're in the sack with somebody because you can use it as a tool to say, lower, slower, and believe me, you'll all have one someday. I have been going through this amazingly horny stage, and it's been very frustrating, especially since my nipples are like, they're like a choir. They're like, hurry the fuck up and pinch us, when are you going to pinch us? It's obnoxious, but one of my closest friends, Vinny, has really been helping me out with the sex part. Vinny has been working basically overtime. Vinny, my vibrator. He's a, what the fuck is Vinny? I forget the name, but it has many different settings. So it's like, boom, boom, brrr, boom, boom, brrr, boom, boom, brrr, or bum, 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 or and I have the vibrator burns to prove it. So I moved here a few years ago, and one thing that happened to me was that I got allergies. I'm sure a lot of you have allergies. My dogs even have allergies. So every morning I get out my Flonase and I stick it up my nose and I press the other nostril down and I squirt it, right? I really fucked up yesterday. I stuck it in my ear, I stuck my finger in my other ear, I squirted, and it was like, whoa, oh my God. Oh, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. It felt so good that I had to stick my finger in my ass, stick this up my butt, squirted it, and whoo! It was like Elon Musk's rocket. It was bronchial. Bronchial. Even Carmen had a good time until she got pneumonia. Now I'm having. Oh yeah, you know what? I have a little confession. It's sort of embarrassing. It's an embarrassment for my daughter, but I have never had a job. However, I am really an expert at hand jobs, blow jobs, and rim jobs. And you know what? That's enough work for me. So when I got down here, I had to get a gynecologist, a new gynecologist. And for the first time in 50 years, I went to a man, and it turns out he's gay. And I love it because I feel like we're nearly besties because we really like the same things. We both dig dicks. I mean, we love dicks and shopping. He pulls up Amazon and we shop for lube. And the guy really knows his lube. I mean, honestly, he really knows his lube. And you know what? I need to buy it by the case because basically at this stage in the game, I have to take a bath in it. The last time I saw him, he said to me, "Kick, when you get home, use your thumb to stretch it." And I was like, okay, doc, I'll do that. And I got home and I was like, I can't remember what hole he wanted me to stretch. But I figured, I have two thumbs. So I do what I call milking the heifer. I love my doctor. I have a new website, and I would love it if you guys try to follow me on it. It's called Only Grands. And thank you very much. My name is Kick. I don't like to use my last name because I'm trying to stay anonymous. Thank you.
Give it up for Kick one more time. Now you see why we got divorced. I can't handle all that move shit. What the fuck? All right. Coming to the stage next. I want you to put your hands together for the very funny, the very talented Jerome.
All right, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? This wasn't what you were expecting, right? Jerome? Yeah? Do not adjust your televisions. You are looking at a white Jewish Jerome. But I see lots of shorts in the evening here, so now we got introductions out of the way. How about this weather, right?
Yeah.
Incredible, right? It's short weather. I was out at Piedmont Park for Pride this past weekend. It was such a great time. Brat's summer has definitely become Brat fall, I'll tell you that much, y'all. But I gotta be honest here, my summer was anything but H-O-T-T, hot to go. It was not that way at all. See, I went through my own midlife crisis. Now some people, they get a car. Some people, they have a sultry affair. Me, well, my balls finally dropped. Let's go! Yeah! Now, yeah, on June 28th, I remember the exact day, I woke up and my left testicle had swollen to the size of a grapefruit. So I thought right away, okay, I'm gonna treat this like it was a sprained ankle, right? So put some ice on it, tried to elevate it. It's kind of difficult, and it's kind of difficult to get in that motion. Excuse me, ma'am. I really don't appreciate you looking at my genitalia. This was a major life moment for me, a milestone, and I'm trying to describe it. Thank you. I appreciate that. But nah, seriously, this was a big deal. So eventually I went to a urologist, and the doctor diagnosed me with epididymal orchitis. So what epididymal orchitis is it's the inflammation of the tube that feeds sperm to the back of the testicle. Now, I know what you all are thinking. There are two causes to epidemiolorchitis. Number one, STI. I'm single, and this, I can tell you, this Hebrew National hot dog has not been in that many buns in the Atlanta area. There is not sauerkraut all over it. Yes, I am not hoeing it up in Atlanta. But what was the issue was, the second cause, number two, a UTI, a urinary tract infection. Y'all, I'm a unicorn. All the women out here know this. Women are 30 times more likely than men to get a UTI. 30 times. You're more likely to go down Freedom Parkway and not have a homeless person ask you for change. You're more likely to find Taylor Swift tickets at face value. Yeah, I don't know about that either. I heard that. I would agree. Maybe that's stretching it a little. So, but one thing I do know is now I identify with women's issues now. See, we're in spooky season right now. Some people see Jamie Lee Curtis, you think of Halloween, right? I see Jamie Lee Curtis and I think Activia yogurts. I used to be going to Whiskey Wednesday events. Now I'm drinking rosé all day, every day. But see, I'm even wearing my pink shirt here. It's breast cancer awareness, so I hope everyone acknowledges the cause. And I'm all about women's issues now. But on the seriousest note, though, my doctor did tell me when I had this condition that I could not have any sexual relations nor masturbation while I was recovering. I know, I heard some O's out there. I thought the same thing, y'all. 6 weeks I had to wait. 6 weeks! Imagine the load that built up there. So I wanted to treat myself when it was time to open up the valves again. So I got the good Kleenex. Not that single-ply cheap shit. 3-ply, aloe vera scented. I got the good lotion. Not that private label mini bottle crap. My name's Jerome. I got cocoa butter. I see some people out there, you know what I'm talking about. I got my Spotify on. I put on some John Legend. Who am I kidding? I put on John Mayer. And then, a whole 2 minutes later, I had orgasm. But y'all, nothing came out. I'm serious. Where did it go? I was thinking, like, do I need to put an AirTag on this motherfucker? What the hell is happening here? Looking at my phone, I don't know where it went. I thought it was like riding a bike. Did I forget how to do this after 6 weeks? I'm like Chris Angel. I thought, did Chris Angel mind freak me? Abracadabra. No cum. So I went to my doctor and I said, what's going on? And he said, well, the medication you're on has a side effect that affects 10% of people. It's called abnormal ejaculation. Now I'm being serious here. What ends up happening is the medication causes you to orgasm, but you orgasm and have the same sensation, but it goes in your bladder. Yeah, but, I mean, less cleanup, that's a nice thing. But it's kind of a fucking weird side effect, some Willy Wonka shit, right? Oompa doompa doompa dee doo. I've got a fucked up side effect for you. But here's the one crazy thing, y'all. So the crazy thing is this has a high possibility of reoccurrence. So if you can come see my set again in 6 months, I might have more material for y'all. Thank you. You all did great.
Get up for Jerome one more time. John Mayer, John Legend. That was so funny. That brings me back to my college days. I remember that. I remember when I used to get lonely in my college days. I really used to really dig John Mayer. My body was my wonderland. Don't worry, you'll catch me later. It's all good. So coming to the stage next, I want you to give it up for one of the up-and-coming comedians here in Atlanta. Give it up for Emily, everybody!
I don't know about that intro. All right. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Emily Zeilberger. I know that's a fucking mouthful of a last name. And my initials are EZ. My parents are fucking assholes. And you know, the one thing about having a last name like that, you know, I'm not easy, but this is one of my first comedy shows, so if you laugh at my jokes, I will repay in sexual favors. But I have things to do, I have places to be, so please, one at a time, single file line, starting with you, sir. Thanks. I'll see you after my set. No, but seriously, growing up with a last name like that, you know, it's tough. You know, you're always last, you never really get what you want, you know, you're always last in the kickball line, getting picked, but the one thing that really stuck with me through the years, when I was in 5th grade, they ran out of textbooks for people whose last name started with the letter Z. And so I never got my 5th grade social studies textbook. And, you know, the one thing about that is, I don't know if you guys remember that show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Yeah. It was that, the answer is yes, you are, because I'm still that stupid fucking 5th grader. And the one thing about that is I also never got my social studies book, so I never learned how to be social. I'm pretty socially awkward. I don't really have a lot of friends. That's what you learn in social studies, right? And, you know, I'm having no luck getting rid of my last name, if you know what I mean. No prospects, not even that guy. So if you couldn't tell by my last name, I am Jewish, and I have your stereotypical Jewish mother. She nags, she's really good at guilt tripping, is pretty passive aggressive. She's like trying to cancel your like $10 Planet Fitness gym membership. You know how they ask you like a million questions of why you're canceling? Just to remind you that you're gonna stay a fat piece of shit if you cancel. That's what my mom is like. My favorite thing that she does is her table routine. A couple of weeks ago we were out to eat. And we sat down right away, which is great because you don't want to keep her waiting. But as soon as we sat down, she notices, like we hear like a child crying, right? But it's not right near us. It's just, you know, it's in our vicinity, but not right near us. But one of her hard and fast rules is that you can't be near anyone that's 5 years of age or younger. So we have to move. And then we move to what I think is a pretty good table, but it's near the ovens. Which is a no-go for obvious reasons. We know what happened a few years ago. I see you guys got your 5th grade social studies books. That's great. So then we move again, and we order. I think she's finally satisfied. Just kidding. She's never fucking satisfied. And we notice immediately that the people beside us, they came in after us, but they got their food before us, which is like the worst thing that could possibly happen. So before we even get our food, she goes to my dad, Ken, we're not leaving a tip. And I forgot to mention that we were at Waffle House. And you know those women are not going to put up with my mom's shit. So we get kicked out. And that's what I call waffle without a house. So the rest of my family is also pretty fucking crazy too. I recently learned a lot about them through sharing an Amazon Prime account. Like we all share an account. There's my dad and my grandpa, who are on a monthly subscription of Depends diapers. My grandpa is actually the model for the extra extra small brand. Thanks, it's our claim to fame. And then there's my brother, who orders a 64-pack of condoms every month, specifically the Trojan bearskin studded kind. I'm not really sure why that matters because I'm pretty sure he's still a virgin. And then we're all, you know how Amazon has that new like pharmacy feature? Yep. We're all on Lexapro, which should shock nobody in this room. So yeah, we're all just a bunch of incontinent sex freaks with massive anxiety. Speaking of anxiety, You know what kind of people give me more anxiety than my mother? People who celebrate their birthdays like all fucking month. You know what? We all have a friend like that. Nobody likes you that much. And in fact, we're all talking shit about you. And your stupid Google Calendar of daily events. Seriously, I have a friend like that. And these are the same people who like name their kids Acorn or some like earthy, crunchy name like that, who don't believe in vaccines, who also like refer to their kids in weeks and months instead of years. The other day, I was out with my friend and I said, "Oh, how old is Acorn now?" You know, I hadn't seen her in like years. She was like, "Oh, he's 252 months old." So he's 21. He's fucking 21. That's great. Speaking of time, that's my time. Thanks, everyone.
Easy, everybody, easy. She was serious about lining up after the show, too, so make sure you get your money's worth. All right. The bar is always open, so make sure you tip your bartender. The bar is always open. There's no intermission, and the bar is always open. All right, coming to the stage next. He's one of my favorite up-and-coming comedians. Really funny. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Give it up for Jack, everybody!
All right, y'all. I got ADD. I've had it since before they put the H in it. I also have untreated anxiety. I treat it, but not medically. But we got to talk about something really important tonight. It's kind of serious. It induces anger and rage in people, and so I thought I'd bring it up. And that is the execution of the four-way stop. I know there's a lot going on, whole lot of cars showing up, and by a lot, I mean at the most there's 4. A good rule of thumb is that if you got there first, you should leave first. And if you're having to ask yourself, if you got there first, you didn't. You'd think with my anxiety I'd be bad at four ways, but I'm real good at them. Not that kind. But I think it's because I like to judge people. And I get that from my mother. She gets it from church. So I was thinking about Jesus. You'll know he was a carpenter, right? Could you imagine being Jesus and just you hanging out with the Romans and they're like, "Hey, we need you to build something." "And I need for you to follow these directions to a T." So you open up the assembly instructions and you're on it. And in the box of hardware, no screws. It's just a bunch of Lee press-ons and a crown. And so that's how we got Easter. Speaking of finding shit in the grass, my wife brought home a puppy. I asked her where she got it, and she told me that her two best friends, who happen to be black and gay, and that's important to the story, because when I asked her, they found it in Piedmont Park, and when I asked her what they named it, she told me it was Stray Shonda. So I immediately had to change her name because I'm white. And so we settled on Stracy Chapman. You know, I mean, she did get out of the shelter and got a bigger house and moved to the suburbs. wife and I have a great relationship. You know, we ask each other, starting out, we ask each other the important questions like, what's your sign? And I don't remember what she said, but judging by the last 20 years, I think she's a Scorpio. I told her the truth, that I was a Cancer. I just didn't tell her I was a stage 4. So we ended up in the hospital. That's because my wife convinced herself that she was going to die. She just kept falling over, and she was like, I don't know what's wrong. And I said, well, we probably need to go to the ER, and that's short for emergency room. So I told the nurse that, you know, she's having a vertigo spell, and my wife comes in right behind me, and she's like, no, I'm having a heart attack, because she Googled her symptoms on the way there. And they immediately take her back, and I'm left there to fill out the paperwork. And when the question, chief medical complaint, I put gravity. So when I get to the back, the doctor's like, she's having a stroke. I said, I don't think she is. He said, no, she's having a stroke. She wasn't having a stroke. And I said, are you sure? Because she drove here. And I don't know where she parked the car. Because she dropped me off to go ahead and get in line like we're at Shoney's. Anyway, I got to go look for the car.
Jack, everybody. Give it up for Jack one more time. Give it up for all the strong women who keep us men in line. All the strong mothers and wives and cousins and aunties and sisters that tell you your breath stink. And like all the strong women that just tell us the truth. I love women. Without women, I'd be nothing. Literally, I wouldn't be here. All right. So let's give it up for your next comedian. He's very, very, very funny. Coming all the way from North Georgia. Give it up for Enrique!
Hello, everybody. So I identify as Zach Brown. For those of you that don't know who that is, he's from Saved by the Bell. He was the coolest guy when I was growing up. He was smart, funny, had great hair. And for an immigrant kid living in North Georgia, that's who I became. So you can imagine living in North Georgia in one of the widest counties, what would happen every time I walk past the mirror and scare myself. To add to that, you know that one song that reminds you of like a good, happy memory of your childhood, swinging from a swing, eating an ice cream, going on a road trip? Well, for me, this is it. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando cielito lindo los corazones. And while that takes you to cheese dip and margaritas, that reminds me of the taste of my tears and the smell of Fabuloso when I cleaned the floor Saturday morning and not think I never saw my mom push a broom. I recently went water skiing, and for those of you who like that, no? Good. No messages in the house tonight. My wrists have never hurt so bad. That night, I knew I had to brush my teeth because I'd had a lot of candy. And I just couldn't hold anything, right? So this is me brushing my teeth at night. You gotta get the cavities in the back. And the oddest thing was, I made eye contact with myself in the mirror. It made me a little hard. And the worst part is my wrist hurt too much for some self-love. On that same subject, I recently became a driving instructor for my teen boys. They turned 15. The hardest part is I've been in 6 fender benders, so I'm not the greatest driver. The most recent one, though, is not really my fault. It was puberty meets masturbation. See, they were having the sex ed talk at school, so it's a good dad because, like most of us, I never had to talk with my parents. So I read a book. And in that book, I found out that night that, in fact, masturbation will not make you go blind. So you know what I did that night? And I did it quite well. So I fell asleep, and I didn't finish the book. So on my way in that morning, I did realize that overdue masturbating does inhibit the ability to stop behind the car in front of you. I'm 40, so being kinky in your 40s is different, right? Because now, the simple choice of sleeping on my side as opposed to my back will lead to a kink in my neck or my back. And then you're thinking, maybe some 50 Shades of Grey, some role playing, some mask, some choking. You know where I'm going. But the only role play with a mask is from my CPAP mask. And the choking is from that fucking hose that chokes me when I'm trying to just sleep. I got divorced and I was single dad for about 3 years. So in that time, for me, it was like somebody played the Uno card with my phrases and my vocabulary because I would go from being a dad to a zaddy on my free weekends. And I would use phrases like, hey, don't put that in your mouth, to, hey, put that in your mouth. Then you'd go like, hey, put your shoes and socks on, we're going somewhere, to, hey, take your shoes off and your socks so I can see your feet. The hardest one for me was, hey, why are you wet? As a dad, right? To, hey, what can I do to make you wet? I recently learned that fixing loose vaginas is an actual profession. It's called pelvic floor therapy, physical therapy. And for equality, I'm wondering why we don't have that for men. Flaccid pelvic floor therapy. So I want to be able to go to a professional for some electrical stimulation, some manual stimulation, some pep talks to, hey boy, you got this, it's going to be okay. I could see it now. Rising little stars. Physical therapy for men. Their slogan would be, bring me your weak, bring me your sad, bring me your fallen. That's my time, guys.
Enrique, everybody, Enrique, get up there, Enrique. Speak for yourself, buddy. Don't put us all in there. I don't have those kind of problems anymore. All right. All right, coming up to the stage next. Put your hands together for the very funny, the very talented Vikram, everybody.
Are you a heterosexual woman who just can't seem to find the time to keep up with it all? I thought so. I have the perfect time management technique for you. Divorce. You know what I don't understand? After friends have shown me photos of their babies, they get so offended when I try to show them photos of my divorce. Friends, here I am, taking my first steps out of the apartment in days. Here I am, eating my first solid foods other than ice cream. Here I am, looking real cute, crying in the bathtub. I mean, my divorce took me 9 months to birth, dramatically changed the state of my finances and my sex life, and everybody congratulated me. So basically a baby, right? So when I'm not giving birth to a divorce, I am finishing up a PhD.
All right.
And here is what I have learned in the 6 years of my program. So a PhD actually only seems hard until you have been betrayed and you've lost your life partner and the community that hypothetically you've been building for about a decade. And then ta-da! That's how you make a PhD the easy part of your life. You do it! Speaking of hard things, right around the time when I started attempting and bombing at stand-up, my grandmother started dying. And it was not because of my bad jokes, I promise. Rather, she decided that I needed help and she was the woman for the job. She was going to make me funnier. So to those ends, she gave me sneakers that are also Crocs, leg warmers, and her old gym t-shirt. And I didn't really know what to make of it, other than that my very proper grandmother seemed to think I was going to strip in the middle of my set for y'all. But then again, she also gave me her whistle. So, I don't know, Grammy, I'll keep workshopping this one. So, I know what you are all thinking. When people say that women really can't have it all these days, it's my life they're thinking of. The divorce, the broke student lifestyle well into my 30s, the grandmother who just died of cancer and didn't even think I was funny. But, you know, it's cool. I actually have a plan. I am currently interviewing new writers for the soap opera that is my life, and I'm even thinking about a genre change. So on that note, do we have any writers out there who work on inspirational sports films? Put me in, coach. I'm ready to take one for the team. I'm ready to take 6 or 7 or the whole damn team. The only kind of writer I am not considering are those who work for Disney animated films. And it is nothing against Disney per se. I'm just trying to move forward in my life and not backward. And see, enough strangers have said that my voice is straight out of a Disney animated film that I believe them now. I was adopted, and my real biological parents are 2D Disney characters. King Trident and whoever the Little Mermaid's mother was. We're still looking for her. And so now that I've accepted this hard truth about who I am and where I come from, it actually gives me a little bit of perspective on my marriage. See, I had every intention of marrying a 3-dimensional man, but I ended up with 2D Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up. On a lighter note, let's talk about the top 2 out of 100 reasons I'll never find love again. Number 1 is my age ambiguity. You see, on the one hand, just last summer when I went to see Oppenheimer, they asked if I needed a kid's ticket for under 11-year-olds. On the other hand, I have been ancient my entire life. True family story, when I was 4 years old at a funeral and a cousin asked me what kind of music I was into, without skipping a beat, I said, well, the whole Rat Pack is terrific, but I'm partial to Perry Como. Catch a Falling Star, anyone? Yeah. Reason 2 that I'll never find love again is I don't want to. I have so much more time now. So Since I have no love life to speak of, and as we have established, PhDs are easy, I've had a lot of time to really like flex my creative muscles, and I've decided to give Lin-Manuel Miranda a run for his money. So to close out my set, I just want to bring y'all a little sneak peek of this musical I'm developing about the life of Ulysses S. Grant. My response to Hamilton. How does a youngin' a mere 46 years of age become a president? His first time on the political stage. A mediocre student with business skills that sucked. Struggled with alcoholism. Was the U.S. fucked? I mean, a little bit. That's right. Reconstruction did not go great, but Ulysses S. Grant did what he could to end the KKK and outlaw hate. Ulysses S. Grant. The S stands for nothing at all. You see, his first name was really Hiram. Before him, the Confederates did fall. Don't miss it, friends. It's gonna be great.
Give it up for Cinderella. I mean now, everybody now. Good job, man. That was awesome. All right, coming to the stage next, I want you to put your hands together for the funny, the talented, and the very demure Marisol!
Dating while you're married is really tough. I'm in an open relationship. My husband and I are polyamorous, and take it easy, okay? We are not trying to steal your partner. We are not trying to form a commune. You know, I don't know if people know the difference between polyamory and polygamy, but only one of them ends up with somebody forgetting multiple anniversaries. Well, actually, that's both of them. But nobody knows what poly is, and I think we just need a better PR person, because the only celebrity that I can think of that's poly is Dave Grohl. I know, sorry. Dave's not poly, he's a cheater. So we need a better PR person, because we have these terms that no monogamous relationship uses, like nesting partner or polycule, or I really hate this one. It's fluid bonding. That's gross, right? What's fluid bonding? Well, it sounds like some kind of adhesive that you'd buy at Home Depot, like Gorilla Glue. But I also think of fluid bonding as like if you had a cocktail and all your friends were sipping from it, and instead of a drink, it was glue. So yeah, poly, it's like the CrossFit of relationships. Like nobody asked you, but here I am. But I'm not proselytizing or anything. My husband and I have been poly for over 10 years. So we're no poly amateurs. Poly amateurs are those couples that just dive into it and they start dating so many people, and then they end up breaking up, and it's really sad, and then their partners are polygone. But breaking up is hard no matter what your experience, and polyamorous people seem to have a really hard time letting people go, and we call that polygrit. But polyamorous people are in it because of the capacity to love more than one. There's so much love, it's so great, but not me. I'm in it for all the D, okay? The long, hard discussions about boundaries and time. And in fact, I'm actually a better multitasker at poly than I am at work, because I can juggle 3 relationships, remember birthdays, but I cannot type an email and date my boss at the same time. Did you know that people think poly is kinky? Yeah. Also, did you know that kink is hereditary? Like, this is a scientific study. Kink is hereditary. So, like, I knew my mom was a horny bad bitch. And that's why she wouldn't let me date in high school, because she knew it was in our genes. And that, so I didn't date in high school. So when I got to college, like, I had no game, no experience, and I didn't know how to get a guy. So what I did was I just picked out, like, the saddest looking one and, really desperate. And that's how I landed my first psycho boyfriend. But it's good that I didn't marry my starter boyfriend. Dating when you're married, things change. So before, I would go on a date, and I would go on a date, come back, and call my bestie. And then now I go on a date, come back, and I dish to my husband, and he just wants to know, like, some pointers on, like, what not to do on a date. And I have a lot of them. And I said, just first thing, like, just brush your teeth, okay? Like, with toothpaste. And, like, secondly, don't start your conversation like, what kind of panties are you wearing? Like, no woman wants to answer that question. And then definitely don't put on your Harry Potter PJs after you do it for the first time. Unless, like, you're Gryffindor house. Because you know what they say, Gryffindor on the streets, Gryffin whore in the sheets. Thanks, everyone. I'm Monty Soul.
All right, coming to the stage next, somebody who's been part of the Dad's family for a little while. I want you to give it up for the very funny, the very talented James Chen, everybody!
What's up, Atlanta? My name is James Chen, and I am a dopamine addict. Real quick, if you or someone you love who is also struggling with an addiction right now, thank you for being honest. Those who didn't make any noise, oh, you swear to God you don't have an addiction. Can't even take a shit without your phone, but you don't have an addiction. Oh, your phone battery dies, your ass mostly won't work. That's facts. Our phone is a portal to many forms of addiction. And I finally got my online shopping addiction under control recently, thanks to inflation and public school finance education. I cannot afford to be addicted to cocaine. Not everyone can achieve their dreams. What I'm still struggling with are addictions that are damn near free, available 24/7. I am addicted to Facebook, YouTube, and porn. It's not cool to talk about being a porn addict because people get applause and sympathy if they quit alcohol, nicotine, or losing weight. But if you come out saying you have quit watching alien tentacle porn, people would look at you like you should have took that shit to the grave. If I admitted that in public, I would have been added on the list. I would have been forced to drink out of a separate water fountain in a cell. 23-hour lockdown. SHOE program. See, porn addicts do not have an anthem. Alcoholics right now got the #1 song in the country. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. Hey! They know me and jacking off got a history. Somebody please delete my browser history when I die. As a porn connoisseur and a dedicated researcher. Wow, there are a lot of dedicated researchers in this room right now. We can confirm that the top 3 porn categories are mature, hentai, and lesbian. All these categories got one thing in common: no pregnancy. Nothing kills your mood faster than the thought of commitments followed by a pregnancy. Because it costs $300,000 to raise a kid today, adjusted for inflation. And that's if you don't end up with twins or triplets. $300,000. Hells no. Shit had me searching porn scenario like pro-choice swingers. Vasectomy gangbang. Green pie with a birth control. You won't catch me fantasizing about being $300,000 in debt. I recognize the detrimental effect of pornography on my mental health, and I hope that those who need help can find the help that they need. And I finally have the courage to get help myself. I am meeting with a therapist this weekend. A massage therapist. Cheshire Bridge Road. I need a helping hand to take the load off of my shoulder. A load that comes out 3 to 5 minutes. That's the type of help you can't get with a psychiatrist. This story comes with a happy ending. Thank you. My name is James Sherman.
Either way. James Shen, everybody! I just dapped James Shen up. I don't know if he washed his hands before he said another. I got all of his joke material on my hand. How you doing, sir? All right. Great job, James.
Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you put your name on a list to go up there, or?
No, you have to have taken my class, but I don't know. Let's see. Let me think. Let's see how the night goes. We have a couple more comedians.
I got a prospect if you do.
Okay, all right. You have a prospect if I do. Let's have a couple more comedians. Okay. All right. You guys enjoying the show so far tonight?
Yeah.
Aren't they funny? Some of these people have been doing stand-up for only like 8 weeks. Like it's like they're like seasoned veterans, man. I'm so proud of them. All right, coming to the stage next, we're gonna proud somebody I'm very proud of. I think you're gonna have a good time listening to her. She's super funny, super talented. Give it up for Olivia Springsteen, everybody!
Hi. I'm part of the 8-weeker club. It's my first It's my first class, and oh no, I trapped myself. Every time I do this, I'm like, that's gonna be the last time. Surprise! I'm back. I'm gonna test something here. I'm gonna see how accurate it is. I look like I drive a white Jeep. Okay, a little bit. I guess it's not as accurate as I thought it was. But a lot of people are like, yeah, you look like you drive a white Jeep. Daddy's money. And I pull up and I say, it's Brittany, bitch. Oh yeah. I'll give it a 5. But anyway, I used to do teenage beauty pageants. Jump scare. And one of my old coaches told me, Olivia, you'd be an excellent candidate for a boob job. I was 15. First of all, let them cook. Okay. Little salt, little pepper, little puberty. Oh yeah. I used to call them, okay, back in the day, the little A cups that could. Chugga, chugga, chugga. All aboard the C Cup Express. And I never quite made it. But I've never had any complaints from myself. My favorite part was the introduction portion where we would come up and introduce ourselves, and I came up and I said something heinous, like, as a straight-A student, I plan to leave high school as a valedictorian. No. No. Anyway, if I could be more historically accurate, this is what I would have said. With a restraining order against my father, I will spend the better half of high school in and out of rehab. Listen, relax. Rehab, it's a great place to meet people. I did that. I've done that for weeks, and last night Ron was like, listen, you gotta let them know that you're okay, and like they can't feel bad for you. And I was like, okay. How hard can life be? I still look like this. No one seems to feel bad for me when I say that, so good, I'm fine. And then, so, introduction, blah, blah, blah. And then the announcer would come on the microphone and go, moving right along to the teenage swimsuit competition. Contestant number 1, Olivia. This is Olivia's first time on stage and her last time ordering off the kids menu. She'd like to give a special shout out to Mom and Dad for the support, and an extra special shout out to the men in their 40s who are in the audience who don't seem to be there for anyone at all. What are you doing here? Olivia won't figure it out until she's in her mid-20s. Yeah, so I'm in therapy. And it's going well. For now. Okay, it's going well. And I asked my therapist, hey, can I start seeing you twice a week? It's election month, there's a lot going on. And she was like, oh, pulls up her J. Crew cardigan. Unfortunately, for me to bill that to insurance, you would have to be exhibiting signs that you are suicidal. Yeah. Okay. Keep this conversation up. That can be arranged. I'm not suicidal, but I am suicidal, and suicidal is this. Okay, when a bus comes by, usually you'll be like, oh my gosh, so close. And when you're suicidal, it's just, missed me. Going into oncoming traffic just to get through. But I won't. I'm just being suicidal. And anyway, I need a cooler addiction. I miss a cool girl addiction. I didn't graduate from rehab to have a wicked addiction to Taco Bell. It's not that serious. It's embarrassing. Nobody is chanting your name when you're downing 6 Crunchwrap Supremes. It's just me in my car under a street lamp going, I can quit whenever I want to. If a first responder finds me unconscious, all he's got to do is look at my medical bracelet. It says, Yo quiero Taco Bell. He looks at it, he says, oh my gosh, somebody get this girl a Baja Blast! They wheel in an IV with Mountain Dew that says, think outside the barn on the drip bag. The EMT's rubbing together 2 chicken chalupas. Clear! And just when they think they've lost me, I need it! Please, because this bloodstream yearns for the bell. Keeping them on their toes, I am Olivia_Springsteen.
Olivia Springsteen, everybody. All right, coming to the stage next, he's going to be closing out our student portion of the night. I want you to put your hands together for the very funny, the very talented, the very handsome Mark, everybody!
Thank you. My name's Mark. I know what you're thinking. Got it my whole life. is your name actually Mark? Come on. Mark? Mark, you look more like a Tanner. To be fair, I probably fit that name better than most white people. And looking out the crowd, it looks like there's a few of us here. Tanner. And shout out Ron, man, Tannis. Today is Columbus Day, so happy Columbus Day, everyone. Clap it up, happy Columbus Day. Fans of genocide, I see. Fans of genocide. It's a different type of crowd than I'm used to, but it's okay. But it must have been crazy, right? When Columbus came over, he was the first white person Native Americans or Indians saw. The more I get older and the more I travel, the more I kind of feel like old Christopher. I recently came back from Indiana. The movie Get Out makes a lot more sense. Not a lot of melanin over there. I swear when I was over there, I was the first Indian person white people saw. How the tables have turned. I was over there desperately trying to find someone of color, looking in the crowds, thinking like, no, that's just a botched tan job. What? That's just my shadow. I think the worst feeling in the world is not having a job, the stresses of unemployment. But can we all agree the second worst thing in the world is actually having a job? Like you actually want me to show up and work for my paycheck? I don't think so. And the people I work are always so interesting. At my office, there's a communal snack drawer. And for some reason, the lady who sits right next to it hates me. She's even gone so far as to lock the cabinets and write notes on sticky notes like, for marketing team only, smiley face. What? Are you serious? We playing games 2024? Well, does she know I like when girls play hard to get? So, I mean, joke's on her. Marketing team for marketing team, smiley face. Girl, I know you want me. I grew up poor. No way to tippy toe around it. Bummer, it kind of sucked. For example, for context, when I was in the 6th grade, 2 different girls got pregnant. 6th grade, Prego. At that age, I thought Prego was just pasta sauce. And I swear my dad would take us to only shop exclusively at Walmart. 2024, a lot of drip out there. 06, when Bush was in office, not so lucky, okay? It was not as good as it is now. And I swear, for family dinners, my dad would take us to McDonald's. To him, the Golden Arches were fine dining. Then I got older. I realized I wasn't poor. My dad just hated me. No, my dad was just so cheap. I swear he was cheaper than every single person I ever knew. Millions of Americans live in poverty. My dad was just doing for the love of the game. Respect, respect. Besides being cheap, a lot of people have a misconception saying that Indian guys, brown guys, we just don't get girls. That we're just not smooth with the ladies. I always thought that was weird because you ever see the population statistics, my dude? Numero uno, okay? We be fucking, okay?
Spicy beans.
Maybe a little too much. There seems to be a little overpopulation issue over there, but nevertheless, we be fucking. Presidential candidate Kamala Harris. R&B singer Tyla. We just friends though. Brat Summer, Charlie XCX. That's my people's nut, yo. You're welcome. I just want people to understand and put respect on Indians' names, that we can girls and we do fuck. Anyways, I'm Anyways, thank you so much. My name's Tanner. You've been great.
Give it up for Mark, aka Tanner, everybody. All right. That was so awesome, man. Give it up for all the comedians you've seen here tonight. So that concludes our student portion of the night, but I have 3 more comedians for you guys. These guys are professional comedians. They're gonna do about 5 to 8 minutes. Are you guys down with that? Yeah. And after that, we can open up the bar. I got cocaine in my car. Do whatever we want to do. All right. So coming to the stage next. I stopped doing coke when I was late. So coming to the stage next. Did you guys hear about that plan that Joe Biden put in place? That TPS plan where they allowed Haitians to come over here legally? He's part of that plan. So I want you to give it up for my cousin, my real blood cousin, Gucci Black Maduro, everybody.
Y'all better laugh, I'm gonna get deported. If I get deported, I'm gonna take the cat with me. I'm gonna need a snack on the plane. Now I'm just joking. Haitians do not eat cats. We do eat some pussy though. But speaking of cats and pussy, you know we got election up, right? We're going through election right now. And I actually went to a Trump rally in August. I think August he came to Atlanta. I went to a Trump rally and it was nothing like what I thought it was gonna be. The whole thing is I went to a Trump rally and I only got called the N-word once. And it was about these 3 black ladies outside. It was like, nigga, you a Trump supporter? And it's funny because I was going in and the line was moving slow, so they kept on heckling me. They had this sign, one lady had this one sign, she said, AKAs versus KKK. And I thought that was fucking hilarious. There was one lady, she was in a wheelchair, she had pearls on and some chucks. I was like, okay. Man, listen, I got a birthday next month. I'll be 47 years old. Thank you, thank you. And I don't feel 47, but I get angry and everything annoys me, so I know I'm getting older. Like the kids nowadays, like the younger generation, they get on my nerve. Like these kids are some punk ass bitches. Like I grew up in the 80s, and things was totally different. We didn't have Ring door cameras, and we didn't have Amber Alerts. If you went missing, you just fucking went missing. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe a year later you might end up on a milk carton, but it is what it was. Like we went home, we had a key to an actual house. We went in the house, we started homework, we even started dinner sometimes, depending on your parents and whatnot. Like I still got scars on me for cooking. Like I went to the doctor asked me about a scar, I said I got this when I was 9. They was like, did you fall off your bike? I was like, nah, cooking a pot roast when I was a kid. I'm serious, I used to be white, all the cooking. Straight up, man. I grew up in New York. I'm a native of New York. Any New Yorkers in the house? Yeah. Okay. But I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I'm not one of the people that hate Atlanta. When I first came here, they said, you'll love Atlanta. Atlanta is the city that never hates. And I thought that was crazy because I'm a hater. I hate everybody. But I was out here, I'm going to try the city. And one thing I realized about Atlanta is not that Atlanta's too busy to hate. The white people in Atlanta are just immune to black people. And not like black people are contagious, like this doesn't come off. But white people just don't give a fuck about black people. Like a white guy walk past, like, excuse me, black guy. They don't give a fuck. Like I saw this a couple weeks ago, that's when I really realized it. I was at a liquor store downtown, and there was 2 black dudes, 2 tall black dudes, dreads, they had the hoodies on, and they arguing in the aisle. Like, motherfucker, what the fuck you gonna do? On gang, motherfucker, we two go outside. And this little beautiful white girl just walked right between them, like, excuse me, can I? And she just grabbed the bottle of vodka, like, them motherfuckers wasn't in. I was fucking amazed. I walked into this white lady and said, excuse me, you wasn't scared of those 2 black guys right there? She was like, no, I went to Georgia State. So I was like, for real? I I said, do me a favor though, can you get me a bottle? That's my child,
Gucci Black Door, everybody. What y'all think? He can stay in America? Can he stay? They want you guys to go back to Haiti. Y'all see that? You really gonna send his ass back to Haiti right now? Oh Lord! All right, coming to the stage next. Our second to last comedian. He's super funny. You can see him all over. What are some things you've been in, Patrick? Yell it out. Yell it out.
Say what? What was the question?
No, it's not a question. He's been on a whole bunch of different stuff, a whole bunch of like different TV shows, stand-up. He tours all over the country. He's super funny. I wanted to bring him out here to make you guys laugh. Give it up for Patrick Seals!
Y'all keep going for Ron, everybody. Keep going for Ron. Keep going for him. Keep going for all the other comedians you done seen so far. Somebody laughing already. I ain't even saying nothing, man. I'm glad you here, though. I'm glad all y'all here. I'm gonna let y'all know, though, man. Right now, I'm so broke, somebody stole my identity last night, and my credit score went up by 2 points. It was a 350, now it's a 352. And I will be honest, man, my favorite black person that ever lived of all time got to be Harriet Tubman. Oh God, I love me some Tubbs, that's right. Love me some Tubbs. That lady led over 500 enslaved black people to freedom. And I respect it, because it's hard to lead 5 free black people to a vacation in Myrtle Beach. During Black Bike Week, bro, look, listen. I tried to get 5 of my close friends to go to Black Bike Week in Myrtle Beach. Do you know, them folks asked me 5,000 stupid, annoying questions the first day there? So just imagine how many stupid, annoying questions 500 enslaved Negroes asked Harriet Tubman on the way to freedom. How you know which one the North Star? Who all gonna be in the North? Who bringing the weed? Look, if I'm Harriet, I'm telling them folks, the next person asks me a stupid question, I'm turning this whole train around, brother. So if you don't want to be picking cotton in the morning, you better hush, puppy. You best to hush. And I'm going to be honest, bro, I don't like snakes. They creep me out. They the only animal without arms that will still hug you to death. I don't like them. Some very snaky behavior if you ask me. And look, it's very sad right now because land developers are gentrifying the forest behind my neighborhood. And it's sad because they're knocking down a lot of trees, displacing a lot of squirrels out their home. And it's sad, man. The squirrels can't protest. You ain't never seen a squirrel marching, holding a sign that reads, "Save these nuts"? You ain't never seen it. You've never seen a squirrel marching, holding a sign that reads, "These nuts matter." You've never seen it. The only thing a squirrel can do when they get knocked out their home is pick their little nuts up and plant them somewhere else. Okay, that's how you grow a tree, man. You learn something, come see me. And I don't want nobody to get confused, bro. I know I'm dressed like an athlete, but trust me, ain't nothing athletic about me at all. Trust me, I don't have an athletic muscle in my body. Matter of fact, I pulled my hamstring last night, jumping to conclusion. On God, I did. So I was an athlete in high school. I wanted to play quarterback, but the coach told me I was too fat. I weighed 275. Can you believe that? He gave me 2 options. Either I can lose weight, play quarterback, or change my position. But he didn't know about my secret third option, where I can just quit playing football. And that's what I did. I just quit playing football because I don't like people telling me what to do. So I do like football, but my favorite part is when they be slapping each other on the butts after they do something good. You ever see that? The player make a good catch, they slap him on the butt, tell him good catch. I seen Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts out in public with his hot girlfriend. I'm talking about Shawty was bad, man, gorgeous. He got mad when I slapped him on the butt, told him good catch. He threw a flag, sir, talking about illegal motion in the backfield. He didn't like it. And he didn't like it at all. And I think it's crazy uncircumcised dildos don't exist. I'm about to talk about it for a little minute. I think it's absolutely insane. You can't find an uncircumcised dildo nowhere in the wild, and trust me. I did my research writing this joke, and now I get weird targeted ads. They don't exist. Nowhere. I'm watching a lot of OnlyFans. None of these models are using uncircumcised dildos, none of their content. And trust me, Dildos come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Red, green, yellow, pink, blue, orange. Right now, you can go online and get a rainbow-colored double-sided dildo with fits on the ends of both sides. I'm talking about 2 whole hands on the ends of both sides, just in case you want to have fun with somebody else. But nowhere in the world, Craig, can you get a dildo. You got to roll back the extra layer of penis skin just to have a good time. It does not exist. And then we ask ourselves as a country, why are mass shootings happening all the damn time? And I'm here to tell y'all, bro, it's because the uncircumcised penis community is not being actively represented in the dildo world. And them folks is angry. Aren't you angry, sir? You look pretty mad. Representation is important. A threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We gotta do something to stop these burrito dick motherfuckers from shooting up America. Because if we don't stop these taco cock son bitches from shooting up everything inside. Hey, look, listen. I can sit up here all day long and match up Hispanic food to euphemism for opinions. This wasn't the fuck I got in the comedy for it, trust me. Because if we don't stop these quesadilla wee ass son bitches from shooting up. Man, y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all just want to laugh, man. Before I get out of here, I just want to say that, ladies, these fellas are out here eating your ass because they can't find your clitoris. On God. Sorry. We had this meeting the day before Mother's Day. You was there. Seen a lot of fellas that was there. And we came to the conclusion that once we can't find your clitoris, we're going to lick on your booty hole. Because we know that's at 24/7, 365 days out the year. We got one. We know where it's going to be at all times. But that clitoris, hey look, it like to jump around. Let's set one thing straight. It ain't going to be in the same spot 2 days in a row. It's going to be in the eyebrow, the nose, behind the left knee. But it ain't going to be in the same spot 2 days in a row. So basically what I'm saying is, sex education in Georgia is a fucking joke. On God it is. Please make sure you go out and vote. I've been Patrick Sears. Y'all keep it going for your whole life. Keep it going for a white nigga. Wait for the stage.
Patrick fucking Seals, everybody. The man them funny. He's funny. All right. So closing us out tonight, we have a very funny comedian. He's about to head out to LA, do a couple of spots. He's traveled all over the world, traveled all over the country. I want you to put your hands together for the very funny, the very talented Christian Davis, everybody. Keep clapping. Give it up for, is this shit on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Shit, wow, that's crazy. Y'all did a whole show like this, that's crazy. Give it up for all the comics you saw, right? Give it up for everybody. Their first time. Give it up for Ron for hosting, right? He lied to you, I have not been around the world. I've never been around the world, but that's a nice thing to say, man. I've been over the country, he's right about that, but the world part was crazy. That doesn't make any sense at all. I almost didn't make it here tonight. I was running a little bit late because I was tied up. I was tied up to a space heater in Diddy's basement. That's where I was. I just got out, dude. I just got out. Slipped out. You know what happened. You heard about that. You guys remember that? The 1,000 bottles of baby oil? And 1,000. 1,000's a lot. You ever went through one? 1,000 is so many. 1,000, bro. Just for reference, 1,000 bottles of baby oil, right, is 110 gallons of baby oil. 110 gallons minus 11 gallons. Now you have 99.
That's a diddler.
Gallons of baby oil. 99 gallons of baby oil. 99 gallons of baby oil. 99 gallons of baby oil. That's what we had to get there. It was a long walk to get there. We got there. That's crazy. We should have known. Did anyone see this coming with Puffy? Before the Cassie tape, we knew about that then. He was, we were like, he's going to jail. We knew that then. But did anyone have any feeling before that this was going to happen? Make some noise. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? You always saw it?
Yeah.
Why don't you do something? No, I'm just kidding. No, we should have known he was in trouble. He dresses the Joker for 2 Halloweens in a row. Did you guys see that? He dresses the Joker for the last 2 Halloweens that he was free. And on the second one, Warner Brothers sent him a cease and desist. Said, stop dressing like our character. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Joker, but this guy kills people for fun, right? All the Joker does is kill people and blow shit up. That's his whole thing. And they were like, Puff, you're bad for the brand. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Should have known. Days were numbered. He tried to get bail a couple times. You guys see that? Right? He put up his house, $50 million in cash, his parents, his mother's passport, his kid's passport. He said, I won't have any female visitors. I'll be good this time. I won't have any female visitors. That wasn't the problem, bro. That was not the entire issue. He was fucking dudes, okay? He was fucking dudes out there, Puffy. Puffy. What kind of a man names himself Puffy? His nickname was Puffy because that's the condition that he left dudes' assholes in. That's why he called them. That's why his name was Puffy. That's why. No one else had a joke like that tonight? No one in there? You guys gonna vote? Make some noise if you're gonna vote. If you're excited about it, you're gonna vote. Yeah. You know who was friends with Puffy? Trump. That's true. That's not even made up. That's absolutely, look it up. There's a bunch of pictures of them together, partying and shit. That's all Kamala needs to do in the ads is just put like Trump next to Puff. That should do it, right? I don't know. That would do it. It was at the freak-offs. I don't know. You know what I mean? It was oiled up. I was sliding around. Just imagine him there. That's crazy. I heard Kamala fuck Nelly. Did y'all hear that? I don't know if that's true. I'm just someone did tell me that. I don't know if that's true at all. I'm not in the biz enough for that to be verified, but I did hear that. Heard she had her legs up for Nelly. It was hot in there. I don't know if we'll keep that one. I don't know. You guys didn't see me. Keep that. I'm at a weird size as a dude, as a black man especially. I'm like what I like to call, I'm a fat African American. That's one of them. Also, I'm like not that big, but I'm not small either. Like I'm a big dude. But you don't have to worry about me at Six Flags, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fatletic. That's what I call it, too. Fatletic. That's what I like to call it. It's fatletic. But also, at my size, as a black man, I do look like I can sing. Looks like I might be able to sing. And I can a little bit, but that's not the point. Okay? That's not the point. It's just, yeah, interesting situation. Do y'all believe in Helen Keller? Do y'all believe in her?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Whole shit sounds made up to me, man. I don't know. Sounds like a crazy story, right? This chick is born in 1880, right? She's blind, she's deaf, she can't speak. Somehow, they teach her to read and write and communicate by mashing sign language into her hand, and then she goes to Harvard? Nah, fuck that. Sounds made up, dude. I don't know. It sounds made up. They'd have thrown that bitch in the river, dude. Let's be honest. Come on. It was no. They would not have dealt with that. No. Found out she was racist. Helen Keller. It's absolutely true. Helen Keller was a racist. She was a eugenicist. She was interested in building the master white race, which is super ironic because she was both blind and deaf. She was interested in that, I just have one question though, right? Who told her about black people? Like, how? Did they mash racist sign language into her hand and teach her to be hateful, bro? Like, that's crazy. I don't know. There's an end to that, but I don't think you guys are gonna like it. But...
Do it.
I don't like niggers. That made it work better. I'm gonna do it just like that. That work better because I've been doing that one for a minute. Okay, I know how to do that. All right. I think I got one more. You guys ever go to the movies? New comics, don't do what I just did. Terrible premise, but I'm doing it on purpose. Okay, back in, action. All right, you guys ever go to the movies? You guys ever sneak food into the movies?
Yeah.
What do you like to sneak in? I can't see anyone, so just shout out.
Chinese food.
Chinese food! Ooh! Give that person a round of applause. That's amazing! That Chinese food, that's a new one. I've never heard that one. Holy shit! Chinese food is good. Chinese food is good. That's expert level. Candy, all that, anything they sell there, I'm not impressed. That's rookie shit. I want an Ocean's 11 trip to the movie theater. You know what I mean? I'm sneaking real shit in. Burrito, who's ever done a burrito? Taco Bell, that's beginner shit. That's good. A hoagie, a sandwich, that's pretty good. Chinese food is intermediate. That's in the middle. Above that is anything that has a bone. Right? Anything with an actual that was alive, with a bone, wings, a steak, anything like that, that's fire. I brought a poke bowl to see Deadpool with chopsticks. That's fire too. That's in the middle there. There's one that's at the very top though. The ultimate boss of sneaking food in the movies. There's only one food. And if you can do this, you have all my respect forever. Crab legs, right? If you bring big old Alaskan king crab legs into the movie theater. The butter's hard because it's cold because it's been a long time since it was made. You got it all the way in. And then you just throw the shells on the ground when you're done. You just throw the shells right on the ground. You're creating jobs for those people that work in the movies. And that's what's important. All right, I think that's good enough, right? I think that's good. Yeah? Pick up the round. Thank you so much for
Why did you blow my cover when I said you've been all over the world? Why you put me on blast like that? Tell me.
I didn't want people to think I could afford worldwide trips. Don't ask me for money. It's more, yeah.
Okay, give it up for Christian Davis, everybody. All right. So that concludes the end of our show. The bar is still open. Is the bar still open? Yeah. So the bar is still open. So hang out. There's a couple people here. Meet somebody. Tell the comedians how much you enjoyed them. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out tonight. Weak round of applause. Give it up for yourselves. Come on, man. You can get anywhere but you're here in the 044. Right? Martin Luther King's house is right up the street. True. Martin Luther King died for Christian Davis to come up here and talk about crime. All right? So, I've been your host, Ron Emile. The students have been the great students. We had Jenna with tech. We had Matt at the bar. We had the wonderful volunteers here tonight. And yeah, give it up for yourselves and let's have a good time with Trigger Day. You can get up now.